Right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it is currently day 35 of our 1000 Dawns. And once again, it is jolly March weather, or early March if you want to go to that sort of level. As in, it's mostly cool outside, and yeah, even though we've had like quite a good few days of like warm weather, just as February was starting to come to an end, March, it's still one of those. It's one of those days where it just kind of reminds you we're not technically finished with winter just yet, but it is coming to an end, and I've had a bit of a interesting morning to say the least because um it started like quite early and I just did like more admin work, and I went to pretty much get my the big car washed probably for the last time. I'm gonna probably what I'm actually gonna do this afternoon is that I'll record a few videos here and there, and then what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna clean out the inside of me mum's car because, well, here's the way I'm gonna put it, guys. In 10 days' time, my mom officially retires, and I think I may have mentioned it before, but one of my ambitions by St. Patrick's Day of next year is that I want to be able to get enough money together so that my parents will literally never have to think about lifting a finger ever again. I mean, I know my dad's been retired for 9 years coming up November, but I just want to make sure that they've like got nothing to worry about. Because listen, at the end of the day, you know it makes sense that they're my parents. They're the people who nurtured me, looked cared for me, and otherwise provided for me. And you know what, this it's the very least I could do for them. Some may argue that I should also consider about the idea of trying to fend for myself, and I think they're absolutely right about that. But for now, I just want to I just want to make sure they're okay because, well, yeah, as I said, it's a family thing, and you know when things you do things that just make sense. This is like one of those times. Meanwhile, actually, whilst we're here, I didn't even get the chance to showcase you guys what I actually got my mom for her birthday coming up on St. Patrick's Day. Now, technically, this is like there is another piece to this that I'm gonna get her because I saw how much my mom had so much work when I got her one of these for Christmas. I decided to get another book knock for this time around. The Tipsy Restaurant edition. This calls, and I literally said to the people at Menkind when I got this last Sunday, I'll get this especially for me mum. Me mum absolutely loves to get pissed. Just kidding. Honestly, the last time I think I remember my mom drinking was Easter Sunday 2019, and she was sick that night, so I don't think she really goes that far nowadays. Now, with that being said, there is like one more thing I did want to get her, and it was sort of like those really fancy chocolates at Hotel au Chocolat. I know they even have like a few of their varieties in Sainsbury's very close by, which is super convenient. And apparently they're part of the Nectar Points program. So guess what? You save a little bit more money here and there. I'm not going for like the cheaper stuff and like that because even a milk tray costs like a really big milk tray costs like £7.50, and I kind of just what can I say? There's a lot of talk about family in this video. I've come to realize, and again, I do it because it's one of those things that just kind of makes sense. Speaking of things that make sense, ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, I got showcased what exactly my share of the tips were following another shift at work. Well, what was going on anyway during that time? Now, the thing to note about this is that, again, for the same reason I wouldn't give out my PIN number, I am definitely not going to showcase exactly what my share of the tips are. But just to let you know, guys, for only the second time, I must admit, this has thrown us a very intriguing lifeline. And it's the sort of thing that, because for those who don't know, I was out filming again last night, and whilst it was a bit of a quiet night, all things considered, Saturday I think is going to be very, very different. And whilst I probably may be hesitant to do Friday nights after this because, well, it seems like the routine is that Saturday is going to be far, far busier. It has, anyway, so I had a bit of time when I got home late last night. I say late, I got home before 11 o'clock. It gave me some time for thinking about maybe, just maybe, I should consider moving my hour, increasing my hours from 32 to 40. Because I think there's a great deal of money to be made by being involved with this. I really do. But on the flip side, I also admit, even though I'm going to be broken into this, I still think I'm going to go with the idea of being broken into rather gently. Like, at some point later this afternoon, probably before, maybe 3 hours before I head out, I'm going to do a little bit more revision, if you will, for my work, because I feel like it wouldn't hurt, and maybe it will come full circle, guys. I know it may sound more like more luck than judgment, but at the same time, I do feel that I feel like I'm just about there. There's just a few things here and there I want to like polish up on, and well, we'll see how it goes. I am prepared to say, however, it's still it's been raging in the back of my mind that Monday night is going to be like my first. It's the first time I will really be in the deep end, and I don't know if I should feel anxious, nervous, but I think, you know what? It's just the sort of thing that happens to everybody at some point. So the sooner we get through, maybe by the time we get to maybe the end of March, we'll see exactly what they think. But I do want to make a good case for myself. I mean, again, you know, it just makes sense to do it. But let's see what happens, eh? So I'll see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.